So this video is going to be interesting because this is a big, hey, thanks a lot for sending me down the NFT downward spiral.
Otherwise known as WTF is NFT, you guys.
Yeah.
Rafi's Rambles, Rafi's Rambles, Rafi's Rambles.
Hola, you amazing artist, and welcome to the studio. I just got done finally posting some NFTs, and for any of you that don't know what that is non-fungible tokens, I believe.
Indeed.
A lot of you guys have been commenting and asking about NFT art, and honestly, I think I've been so wrapped up with the book that I haven't kept up currently with what's going on. So you guys inspired me to look it up. So if you want to find out what that is and what it's all about, I'm going to find that out today. So you can follow me on my journey and learn as I learn.
First off, let's make something clear for anybody out there, because there's a bunch of videos on NFTs and how NFT is the next new art world and how this person sold this much art for $6 million or this something or the other. I'm a little bit skeptical about the excitement that is behind the NFTs, but also I could see the potential of NFTs. To be honest with you, we really didn't know anything about cryptocurrency. So if you're somebody who doesn't know anything about cryptocurrency or you've not dealt with cryptocurrency, we had to jump into that world before we even posted an NFT, because basically you're dealing with cryptocurrency and it's kind of like crypto art that yeah, it was not fun.
In other words, 3 days and copious amounts of research later, and we're still not entirely sure what just happened to us, but we speak a new language.
Yes, we do.
IDs to owners, and ERC1155 has a nested mapping of IDs. Composables, led by the ERC 998 standard, provide a template by which NFTs can own both non-fungible and fungible assets.
It is basically dealing with a new language, considering that, like, we are selling stuff through Ethereum, and Ethereum are the tokens, and that's the network that we're on. I'm going to sound like a total noob. I'm going to sound like a fool when it comes to cryptocurrency and this stuff. Basically, when I set out to do this, I just wanted to share some art on this new opportunity that I was seeing out there, and especially so I could share it with you guys and let you know, hey, this is what this is, and this is pretty cool, or it kind of sucks, or whatever. And the experience took 3 days.
It's definitely a thing.
Yeah, you got like Mark Cuban and like all these people like collecting their little Pokemon cards.
A bunch of big investors. Yeah, I mean, so as far as I understand it, because this morning I was like, WTF is NFT. It's like you have this little wallet, but it's not an actual wallet. It's a virtual wallet. And inside you have, let's call them trading cards, if you will, with little like Neon Cat or CryptoPunks.
So you get to say, like, I own Neon Cat.
Right. Whoever owns Neon Cat gets to say,
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's kind of like owning a piece of the moon, right?
You're never going to...
You're not going there,
You're not
but
going
it's
there,
yours.
But it's yours, yeah. So I watched a few videos on it, and I'm like, okay. So instead of just relying on videos, I went to one of the marketplaces where they sell NFTs, and I'm taking a look to see exactly how this works. Found a way to transfer it from Bitcoin to my MetaMask wallet, which is what you need.
We're a couple of the poor schlubs who are trying to figure it out.
Yeah, this is yeah. Hopefully you find this video interesting. I don't even know. 3 full days of doing research and trying to figure things out. Countless YouTube videos, countless articles. Clea was on her computer. I was on my computer. We were trying to figure this stuff out. Every video that I saw out there was like, it's really easy. First, you get this wallet, and then you do this, and then you go here, and you do that. And, you know, it is easy in essence if you do understand that realm. But for like an old fogey like me, none of this made sense.
And this is a new market, so I'm wondering if I'm going to approach this market I'm thinking I'm going to create crypto art
specifically
for the NFT market. Like, I'm going to create a special series, because when I think about it, I do think about it more like along the lines of like collector's cards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like, I think
I want to have something consistent that is just for that market. What I'm going to do is take some of my old paintings and I'm going to create some digital stuff from my old paintings. And I don't know. I think maybe it'll work. We'll see what happens. Okay. So Rarible. And let's see what is the name of this piece. Every video that I saw out there on sharing NFT, and there's a lot of step-by-step, so I'm not going to go through and do a step-by-step video on how to put an NFT out there, because there's plenty of those videos. The only thing is that there's this thing called a gas fee, right? And the gas fee is, I guess, the fee that the miners charge. Bear with me, I'm still figuring it out. So, according to their lingo, these miners are the ones that are mining Ethereum, which is the token, which is the chain, the network chain that this is on. None of this is making sense, even in my own brain trying to explain it. But either way, they're the ones that have the computing power to be able to make this happen. And so the data miners are the ones that basically charge a fee when the network is congested. And apparently they're able to charge whatever freaking fees they want, because when I went to go post my first NFT on Rarible, I was excited about it. And then I got charged $6, which when they charge you, the money just goes. I got charged $6. So I was like, all right, cool. Well, that's not bad. I don't mind paying $6. And then I saw that the actual transaction fee was going to be $45. And I was like, this is bullshit. And that's actually not high. There's no way that I'm going to post these things for $50 a piece. And I had just finished creating 6 of them. And I was like, no, this is really dumb. Like, I'm not understanding how this is working. Something is off here.
The transaction fees, what it costs to move things around.
If you guys look into this, make sure that you figure out what the gas prices are. And not what they are, because they're going to keep changing, but what that means. Because that's where, honestly, the whole concept of this is awesome, but it just, I'm discouraged right now.
It's a problem.
Pissed.
It's a problem, and everyone knows it's a problem. It's fluctuated from like $200 for a transaction. Actually, it was upwards of $1,000 per transaction at one point. Obviously, that's not a workable system.
The only thing that's being covered on the news is like, this piece sold for $1 million. This piece is breaking records. It sold for $3 million. And you got to realize, like, this is like 5 or 6 pieces out there. And the chances of me selling something for that much, I'm not putting it on there to make $1 million. I'm putting it on there because it's a new platform and I want to be able to reach new people. But it's almost like at this point, anybody that tries to do this, they're going to get ripped off.
It's going to be heavily discouraging.
Yeah, and the thing is, what I'm saying is, like, I think this is really freaking cool, but that needs to be fixed. So today's a new day, and today, instead of giving up, because I'm not good at giving up, neither is Klee. So Klee did some research and figured out that maybe there's a way to work around these stupid gas prices that they have. So we're going to look into that and see if there's a way to do it so that we can share that with you guys. But yeah, so the journey continues because we're stubborn. Klee found another site called Mintable, and it's a mintable.app or something like that. You could probably just Google it and you'll find it. But like, I was able to do it without the gas fees, but it meant that I was almost like on their platform as part, so I wasn't really running my own store and my royalty. The cool thing about NFTs is that when it does sell, there's a royalty fee that you get every time somebody trades it.
I'm really excited about this in general. I think platforms are going to come and go and things are going to change dramatically because it's still so new, but the technology is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And part of the problem is, and I didn't know this, it costs a tremendous amount of energy, cryptocurrency. These transactions, it does cost actual real world energy.
The amount of computer power that is happening just with a single transaction is equivalent to using electricity costs for like 30 days or something like that.
It's quite insane. Right now, the way that it's set up, they need to work out those bugs.
And they are.
And they are. And this is something that I'm going to keep a close eye on because I do think it's just another opportunity to be able to share your art.
I could see the potential for it and I could see the growth, but it is kind of new. It is kind of new. So like at this point, they're still working out the bugs. Some people are saying like, this is going to change the art world. This is going to be amazing. Other people are saying like, this is bull. It's not going to whatever. I think this is something that's very interesting and has a lot of potential moving forward.
The feedback that's coming back on this is funny because I've heard some artists call it a vanity gallery. I've heard other artists say that it's the next best thing. I don't agree with the whole vanity gallery thing, and I definitely don't agree with this is the next thing. It's gonna, like it's just another opportunity, another platform that's out there. For artists, and it needs a lot of improving.
Essentially, what an NFT is, if I could explain it to myself, is it's kind of like when people were collecting Pokemon cards or like even like rare baseball cards and stuff like that, but it's digital. So you've got this one-of-a-kind thing that the blockchain actually keeps a record of the provenance of who bought it. So like who actually owns it and whether or not that person sells it to someone else. So it definitely is like trading cards, but it's like digital trading cards. So the concept is really, really cool, you guys, and it gives digital art an opportunity on the web be sold as a one-of-a-kind piece. So even if people share it and they post it on social media or whatever, it doesn't matter because there is only one owner to the piece that actually owns that piece. What's interesting as well is that as the artist, you don't lose the rights. It's the same as like when you sell a physical piece of art. Like you sell the art, the person owns the art, but you actually still own the rights to the art.
They, in essence, are like a lifetime custodian of the art.
Yeah, exactly. So essentially, when they're buying this digital format, this digital token, or the artwork that you created, they own it, but they don't own the rights to it. You are the one that owns the rights. And of course, you also have the option to sell the rights to the item if you wanted to, and you would charge a lot more for that if you wanted to.
It's going to lead to many more opportunities. So the more you familiarize yourself with this now, the better it's going to be in the future when other opportunities open up. Because I have a feeling that, there's a lot of things are heading online, and one of the reasons that we have so many opportunities as artists now is because of the online market. So like this is just a growth of that. And so it's something that I think, yes, learning about cryptocurrency is still, I'm still like, I don't.
This is exciting. I think we could see it give way to some really elegant applications for the art world and access for artists. Right now, it's clunky, y'all.
Yeah, it's clunky. It's definitely clunky.
And it's a free-for-all, so you have people scrambling to just understand the technology, update the technology, make it more efficient, make it less environmentally impactful.
Yeah. This is really my opportunity to get really comfortable with this platform, with this way of doing things moving forward and being there as it grows, because I think that essentially that's the potential here that I see in the future. Maybe it's not so great right now. It's making a lot of news because people are selling things for millions of dollars. These are people that are already popular, already have a following, maybe had a meme that somebody wants to own just to say that they own the memes. Am I going to become a millionaire by creating NFTs? Is it going to revolutionize the market? Is it going, as far as I stand right now, not really, but who knows what's going to happen in the future. So it's worth, in my mind, at least finding out a little bit more about it. Don't go into this thinking that, if I put NFTs out there, I'm going to make millions of dollars, because listen, don't get on that bandwagon, because there's a lot of people preaching that out there, and that's just not reality. That's not how it's going to work. It's just another opportunity to share your artwork with an audience, with a different audience possibly that's out there than what you're used to. And even still, you're still going to have to promote yourself and put yourself out there. So it's just, to me, it's just another opportunity to put myself out there. And that's the way that I see it. So this is something that we're going to keep an eye on, and we're going to keep doing it. Like I said, I'm going to create stuff. Clee's probably going to create stuff. I definitely keep an eye on it, and I definitely put my foot in the door. Put my toe.
Don't put your toe in the door.
Put your toe in the water.
Dip a toe in the water.
Yeah,
Get
dip
your
a
foot
toe in the
door.
water. Dip a toe in the water if you're interested in doing it.
I've done too much naysaying in the past and had to eat crow to say that I'm ready to dismiss or praise this thing. I recall saying, iPhone. What do I need an iPhone for?
Yeah, I mean, and that's why, like, whenever there's anything coming out with technology that you just don't understand, it's important not to naysay. It's also important not to just jump on the bandwagon. Just take a look and make sure that it makes sense for you. And I'm sorry, you guys, if this wasn't like chock full of NFT information. This is weird. Like I said, after 3 days, we are still not understanding. The only difference is that I actually have stuff out there, and I'm not even sure how exactly that works, but it's out there. I have begun the journey, so the journey has started. With big projects like creating an entire art career, it could take years, but as long as you keep persisting through the suck, you'll get there. And thank you for asking this question and bringing NFTs to my awareness. I had no idea what they were or what they were, so thank you for that. And if you're interested in hearing more about this and more about our experience, we did post a podcast yesterday, and I'll have the link in the description below where, you know, it's going to be a little bit longer, and it's going to be more Clea and I just sitting back and having a conversation about our experience. So you can listen to that on our podcast. I actually sold one so far. So far, so good. And I want to give a big shout out to our patrons who have been super supportive, not only during this entire thing, us trying to investigate this, but just throughout the last year or so. And in fact, one of them is going to set up a Zoom meeting with somebody who works in tech and understands these things. And we're going to be able to actually talk one-on-one with somebody who is in that blockchain crypto world.
So hopefully we can ask questions and understand more good.
Hopefully. So yeah, shout out to our patrons. We adore you. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. You guys are absolutely freaking amazing. Thank you so much for the question. I absolutely adore you guys. And if you like this and you want to watch more like this, just click right over here to subscribe. And that's it. You want to say goodbye, Clea?
Good day.
Adios.